Unlike many other sports, goals in football are often hard to come by, so when you do manage to find the back of the net, it's worth celebrating. Some players opt for the classic jump and fist pump, some perform a full gymnastics routine, and some have their own trademark moves. In this video, we'll take a look at 9 of the greatest signature celebrations in football history. Keep in mind these are celebrations that a player has to have performed at least a few times, so no one-off celebrations regardless of how cool they were. To start off, we're skipping the appetizer and getting straight to the main course. It's the CR7. Like Cristiano Ronaldo himself, this is a celebration that transcends football. It began after he won the 2014 Ballon d'Or and surprised everyone by shouting, "See!" It's a cry he's used ever since, for almost every goal he scored. The actual celebration itself came during a pre-season game against Chelsea while he was playing for Real Madrid, saying, "I just scored the goal and it just came out. It was just natural, to be honest." He later refined it to a variation with his back facing the crowd, and it blew up on social media.
What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Suey. Simple as that, bro.
Soon enough, every man and his dog were doing the celebration. It's hard to argue that it isn't the most iconic celebration of all time, although I personally prefer Ronaldo's calm down gesture just a bit more. Now we can't talk about Ronaldo without also talking about Messi. Messi has some great celebrations over the years, but his signature is the 2 arms raised and fingers pointing to the sky. While the celebration itself isn't very unique, the backstory behind it, and of course the man performing it, have made it memorable. The gesture is to pay tribute and thank his grandmother, who he lost when he was just 10 years old. As it turns out, it was Messi's grandmother who took him to a football pitch for the first time, back when he was just 4. She ended up arguing with the coach, who didn't want to play Messi due to his small stature. However, her insistence paid off. The youngster was brought on as a substitute and scored 2 goals as his team won the match. So every time he points to the sky, he pays tribute to the woman who put him on this path. Moving on from that heartfelt story, let's see how Daniel Sturridge's wave celebration came about. I was hanging out with my cousins and my friends in my apartment. There was some house music playing, a couple of drinks flowing, I literally just started doing that move. It wasn't as smooth, it wasn't as clean, but I was a little tipsy and just decided to start moving that way. We all found it hilarious, and then I was just like, you know what, if I score, I'll do it. And the rest is history. The celebration will forever be associated with Sturridge in his prime at Liverpool during the 2013-14 season, where he scored 21 goals in 29 games alongside Luis Suarez, in one of the most lethal attacks in world football. Week in, week out, you could tune into a Liverpool match and you would be seeing that celebration. While he never quite hit the same heights after that season, he certainly made his time at the top memorable thanks to that move. Next up, we have a celebration more famous than the man who did it every time he scored. The classic shirt over face with arms outstretched. Anyone who has ever played football is bound to have tried their hand at Fabrizio Ravanelli's signature celebration, no matter how old they are. Fabrizio Ravanelli scored over 100 goals during his career, but for him, each goal was just as exhilarating as the last. The former Juventus and Middlesbrough striker celebrated every goal in that way, and was unsurprisingly opposed to FIFA regulations introduced in 2004, which ruled that a yellow card would be given for any player removing their shirt. Luckily for him, he was almost at the end of his career by then. It should have been a timeless move, but unfortunately, the game has changed. At least there's another classic that won't get you booked. It's the aeroplane, another move that you're likely to do off pure instinct, but the man who made it his own was Vincenzo Montella. Due to his small stature and trademark goal celebration, which saw him spread his arms wide like wings as he swooped from side to side, Vincenzo Montella was nicknamed the Little Aeroplane. Best known for spells at Roma and Sampdoria, Montella put his celebration to good use in a successful career, which yielded 228 club goals and 3 goals for Italy. Moving on, we have a true legend of Australian football, a notorious hater of corner flags, Tim Cahill. During his 8 seasons in Everton, he became known for his boxing celebration, where he would exchange a few blows with the corner posts, just to remind them who the boss was. It was a celebration full of charisma for the top scorer and most capped player in Socceroos history, but he didn't create it. Former Socceroos striker Archie Thompson has claimed responsibility for the celebration. Archie said that he first did the celebration in a friendly against Jamaica in 2005, and Cahill loved it so much that he asked if he could take it to the Premier League. And I'm glad he did, because those Goodison Park corner flags needed to be taught a lesson. But Cahill wasn't actually scaring anyone with that celebration. Unlike Bafétimbi Gomis, the former Swansea man has one of the most unique signature celebrations out there, which involves him getting on all fours and crawling like a panther. And for some, it's absolutely terrifying. The celebration is thought to date back to his time at St Etienne, where he emerged as a young player. As a tribute to Salif Keita, one of the club's greatest, Keita was nicknamed the Black Panther. The move has become a trademark for the striker, who explains that it allows him to show that I don't give up until I have my prey. He has used the celebration throughout his career, and it's a fan favourite wherever he goes, from Wales to Japan. He always goes all out with the celebration, and that passion is what makes it so great. It's a passion he shares with Roger Milla. Cameroon were one of the best stories at the 1990 World Cup, and no player summed up the joy of their football more than 38-year-old striker Roger Milla. Milla scored 4 goals for the indomitable Lions at Italia 90 as they reached the quarterfinals, and he celebrated each one of his goals by running to the corner flag and performing his signature dance.
C'est une danse spéciale. Elle n'a pas de nom, c'est la danse de Roger Milla.
Yes, that's it.
Donc personne n'a jamais dansé de cette manière. C'était quelque chose d'extraordinaire pour moi d'aller au point de corner, danser pour tous les supporters qui sont venus nous accompagner. C'est vraiment l'imagination, c'est mon imagination, l'instinct de marquer un but et d'aller célébrer ce but, courir vers ce côté de corner. Moi, je me demandais où j'allais, mais c'était quelque chose de magnifique.
In an age where celebrations were nothing more elaborate than pumped fist, cheers, and handshakes, this dance was one that captured the imagination for everyone. In that moment, Milla became the pioneer of the contemporary goal celebration. He had now brought style to the football pitch and encouraged more self-expression when celebrating a goal. Last but not least, we have the newest entry to this list, Cole Palmer's ice cold celebration.
Ice cold finish from him, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why they call him Cold Palmer, innit?
Having been a rotation player at Manchester City for a number of seasons, Cole Palmer made a statement start to his career at Chelsea, passing the 20-goal mark in the 2023-24 Premier League season. In his maiden campaign with the Blues, he tried out a few different celebrations, but the one that has become synonymous with him is the shiver or cold pose. Interestingly, Palmer explained that he took the celebration from his former Man City teammate Morgan Rogers, who performed it after scoring in a game against Middlesbrough. But the first man to popularise the move was NBA star Trae Young.
Ice cold!
And he also uses it as his signature celebration. And that's the end of the list. Let me know if you'd like to see a video on the best one-off celebrations, or even a part 2. And thanks for watching.